What's cracking, guys? And I am 100% certain at this point in time, Mihoyo doesn't really know what they're doing, or they just don't give an absolute crap. I'm not sure what it is at this point. Because right now, as we speak, they released Kokomi to the market, and the results, well, they're pretty standout. That she sucks. Yeah, she honestly, I don't think she's a 5-star character. In fact, I think she's a 4-star character. If everyone just saw this was released as a 4-star character, everyone would be like, yeah, okay, whatever, you know. No big deal. Just like how Kujo Sarah is just like, even though she's super clunky and everyone thought she was going to be the next second coming of Bennett, she's really not that good. Like, honestly, truly, she's super clunky and barely usable. But you know why people were super okay with that? Because she was a 4-star. Now, I was fortunate enough to get this lovely lady here, beautiful design, everything, and simply 20 pulls. That's all it took, 20 pulls, and I was fortunate enough to get her, I guess. If you want to see my build on her, this is it, 30k, level 80s, negative 88 crit rate. Love that, by the way. That's a great feature to have. 175 energy recharge, pretty good. Some hydro bonus out here too, fantastic. My artifacts are absolutely astounding. Yes, I did the Emblem of Severed Fate simply because I wanted to make sure her ult was always up, because this girl without an ult is absolutely trash. And I mean that in the kindest sense. I mean, she's trash without her ult anyway to begin with. So, I mean, just, I don't know. She'll just be less trash. But anyway, these are just like perfect artifacts. Every stat, super useful on every single one of these. Like, honestly, this one thing where it would be bad, I dodged every single one of them for actual useful stats. The only one that's actually kind of hilarious is this one right here, that I managed to roll pretty well on. That's a really good Hydro Goblin, I'm not gonna lie. And even the healing bonus here, it dodged the one stat I really wanted it to miss, and it's perfect. So honestly, I have some god tier artifacts for Kokomi, and you want to know how she hits? That's the starting domain. We see them out here. We're gonna throw that down. Oh, look at that fat damage here of non-crits. Yo, ulting up though, we're going to maximum overdrive out here. Shit! And before you say anything, I have 868 talents. Yes, I wasted Senora Mats to get her to 868. I did that. I struggle. I'm like struggling to find a use for this character of why she would be anywhere near better than Barbara, when Barbara can just hit Q, instantly heal everybody up, and I can just switch to a character that does damage. Where Kokomi, she needs to hit Q in order to like be somewhat useful and heal, and then you have to stay on her for a little bit, not doing a lot of stuff. One of the best builds that I found for Kokomi is the Raiden Shogun, Kazuha, and Fischl. And I refuse to use Bennett because Bennett's a healer, and why would I have Kokomi in my party when I can just have Bennett instead? It doesn't, I refuse to put Bennett in the same party as Kokomi. So I'm just gonna do it with this. I'm gonna throw this down. I'm gonna pop that out. Gonna get Fischl's bird out, and then Kazuha swirls to do big damage. Pog, love to see it. And then we go switch here. And then now we start doing some damage here, all right? You know, like we're doing some things out here, but is this really, is this Kokomi? Or is this just somebody else that's not Kokomi? I don't, like, this is not Kokomi, man. This is Raiden Shogun, Kazuha, and Fischl. That's the damage I'm seeing right here. I can replace any unit with Kokomi and it would be fine. The problem here, though, is pretty massive. As you can see, though, is I can't recommend this party because guess what? Raiden Shogun is a 5-star unit. Kazuha, a 5-star unit. Fischl, too. Well, that's a C6 Fischl. That's helping out a lot. Those are all exceptionally expensive units to make Kokomi actually shine. That's honestly her best team right now. And I just can't recommend it. She's an absolute mess of a unit. She has split scaling where her attack matters and also her HP matters. And for some reason, also her healing rate kind of matters to boost up that. So you got to boost her healing rate, but it's only by like a little bit of extra percentage, but it's just enough to make it kind of matter. It's dumb. And I'm not just here to talk about Kokomi. There's other units where some design flaws just shine through, which really don't make sense. Such as the Raiden Shogun not working with Beidou. That's pretty freaking stupid. Honestly, nothing would be broken if those two characters worked together. You'd think that they would have perfect synergy. Raiden Shogun would be slashing everything with her normal attack, and the lightning would be shooting everywhere. That'd be super fun. That seems like a fun build. Not too broken, honestly, but pretty good. Another design flaw, of course, is Yoimiya, where her ultimate is often a bad thing for you to do because you're losing out on damage when you get it. Because if you have her bow, which requires you to not have your ult, you have to use it immediately to get your damage back. But, you know, using it when she has her E up means that, well, guess what? You're losing out on damage from not shooting things in the face because her ultimate sucks. And it's stupid. Not to mention the fact that Yoimiya's arrows sometimes just miss the target blatantly. And then there's characters like Amber out here who have been in the game since the very beginning. And for whatever design standpoint, they decided to make her absolutely trash. And I mean, not just like 4-star kind of like, you know, mediocre to like somewhat useful. No, I mean like absolutely very bad. The worst character to build in Genshin Impact. And it's sad because she is wonderfully designed as well, just like Kokomi. What is the technical standpoint from Mihoyo Zen to not buff this unit to make her at least better or on par with other characters? What is the point of leaving her underpowered? Why not just give her a buff so we can have fun with this unit? What's that, money? Oh, you want us to wail for other units because you want more money? Okay, sure. But what about 5-star units like Chi-Chi, who have been in the game? Starting out, Chi-Chi is actually kind of nice. She will, you know, heal you and keep you topped up and make the early game content kind of a joke. But, you know, after a while, she's just kind of bad. Does no damage. It generates no energy. She's just kind of there. You have to whack things in order to heal. So it's a little bit clunky to use her. When you could just use Jean, instantly Q everyone to maximum HP. Even Barbara, maximum HP everyone. I could even say Barbara's better. The only reason you consider using Barb over Chi-Chi is the fact that she just makes you wet, and fighting cryo enemies sucks wiener if you're frozen all the time. You know what? Another unit that would be way more fun if her ultimate actually worked when you swapped characters. That would be great to have, Clay. She would be so fun to use if her ult didn't disappear when you swapped characters. It makes no sense why it would disappear. Like, why don't they just balance these characters to make them more fun? You know, like, let people use these other characters that are in the game and make them more fun. Just tweak their things a little bit. Just like Xinyan with her split scaling is absolute trash. Why do you even at C6, Xinyan struggles to keep up with the other characters. I don't think a C6 character should struggle to keep up with like a C0 Xingqiu, or even Beidou. Look, I understand that Mihoyo is trying to experiment, make different builds to try and get away from the meta, and I think that's fine, but they put their stamp of approval on this character called Kokomi, who's, well, kind of trash. She shouldn't be a 5-star unit. People should be asking for refunds if they get this unit, because oftentimes they can just use Barbara, who's a 4-star unit, and at the beginning of the game was free to get. Heck, even Noelle can do what Kokomi can do better just by putting her shield up and doing damage with her freaking Geo sword. And she can crit. And you know what? She's kind of weirdly designed because she scales off the defense too. And you want to know the main difference here between Kokomi and Noelle? Noelle's a freaking 4-star unit. And don't get me wrong, Kokomi is a super comfy unit. I'm able to clear content just with absolute ease with her, just because, you know, I just don't die. It's gonna take a while, but I just don't die. But there's so many other characters that can just do her job better that I have no reason to even consider using her when Jean exists, when Bennett exists, heck, even when Diona exists, or Barbara exists. And you know what? I would rather choose a Xing Cho over a Kokomi just for his heals and damage alone and damage reduction. And he's a 4-star unit. I just think that Mihoyo is dumb. They need to design characters. They need to actually balance them, like, I guess, with Zongdong, but Zongdong was okay to begin with. I thought he was personally okay with his shield. That's what he was designed for, but now they made him even more OP, so they showed that they do actually care about some characters. Then why don't they just help the other characters that actually need help, like Kokomi? How would they fix her? Get rid of the split scaling. Make it so her HP actually gives her all of the damage. Maybe bump up some multipliers if you have to. Or, you know, maybe instead of the plus 25% crappy healing bonus for literally losing all of your DPS of negative 100% crit rate, and maybe just so, oh, by the way, 100% hydro damage. There you go. We'll just flat out give you that so you get some more flat numbers. Easy clap. And that would also help to say, okay, well, I don't need a hydro goblet anymore. Let's go with maybe an HP goblet. Maybe use something else. Wow, that wasn't hard to fix. I'm sure everyone and their mother has an HP goblet that they want to freaking use on something because everyone gets a freaking stupid HP goblet that nobody wants. Yeah, I'm just thinking that Mihoyo doesn't play their game. They need to play their games. Please play your game, use these characters, and see, yeah, this one doesn't really work as good as others. Now let's release it. Okay, Mihoyo. Screw yourself sometimes, man. Come on, I'm trying to enjoy a game here. I'm trying to find fun in this, but I cannot recommend a character that requires expensive units to actually make functional. It's dumb. All right, save your money. Don't roll on this character. And I don't know, you can find some fun with the other free 4-star characters out there. You'll have a much better time with probably making a DPS Barbara. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I guess maybe in the future I could show you my best Kokomi builds if you guys are interested. But for now, peace out, have a good night.